Welcome to Total Body Strength. We're using dumbbells today. If you don't have dumbbells, you can use household objects such as canned goods. If you have pans, like cast iron pans, have some weight to them. Backpack, really anything, just get creative. So with that said, we're going to start with a warm-up. So we're going to start with a squat and reach. Nice wide stance with our squats. We'll just squat down, going as low as comfortable, and then reach nice and tall overhead. Feel it stretch in the shoulders and chest. Keep it nice and slow as we get the body ready to move. Working to open up the hips, bring some warmth to the legs. Spend about 10 more seconds here. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, finish it out. We're going to do another squat variation just for the hamstrings is our focus. So we're going to keep our wide stance. We're going to squat down and then go to our forward fold, just slowly lifting the hips up. And then bring it back down to the squat and then come to standing. So this is another slow one. If you want to spend an extended period in that forward fold, you can kind of shift the legs around, maybe sway a little bit. And come back to the squat when you're ready. Stand. Just a nice active twist on our forward fold, which we love so much. Great way to loosen up hamstrings, low back, a little bit of everything. Spend 10 more seconds here. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. All right, from here we're going to go to a march and twist. So you can bring fists together in the center, cross into them a little bit just to fire up the chest. And then from here we're going to begin to march, gently twisting to bring elbow towards the knee, trying to stay balanced as much as possible, maybe holding for a second at the top. You should feel the core start to get engaged here. If you keep pressing into the fist, you'll feel the chest and shoulders start to fire up too. Keep it nice and slow, no rush. Common theme in all my classes, except Tabata. 10 more seconds here. Maybe trying to drive the knee up a little bit higher if you can. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. All right, we'll finish up with some nice big arm circles just to loosen up the shoulders. You can go same time, you can go alternating for more of a swimming motion if that's more comfortable. Kind of feel it out. About 10 more seconds. If you want to switch directions, you can. Then mix it up. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo, shake it out. All right. Starting off our first round, we're going to kick things off with some step out squats. So you can go ahead and grab your dumbbells. Let me pull up my stopwatch. So the dumbbells are going to be held up at the shoulder. There we go. The whole time. So just keeping them right up here. You can kind of gently rest them, but try to keep the arms active. We're going to step out, squat low, and step right back in, and we're going to alternate sides. So we're going to go a little bit longer with this one. So we'll be here for a minute total. And you can certainly kind of work into it. The body's still feeling a little stiff. You can start with a shallower squat and kind of get deeper as we continue to go on. So with all that said, you can pick up your weights. We'll get ready here in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So stepping out nice and wide, kind of floating back to the center. And trying to land soft on that foot as we step out. We don't want any stomping. None of that business today. Working to keep the chest lifted, squeezing the glutes, especially as we come to standing. Awesome work. As I said, you can kind of start to work a little bit lower in that squat as it's comfortable. Continuing to breathe through. We have about 15 seconds left. Home stretch. Final 10. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You can finish it out if you need to even it out. We'll take a little breather. Hanging on to our weights, we're gonna go right to a curl to press next. So palms face forward with our curl. We're standing tall, kind of tucking the tailbone down to keep the back flat. Don't wanna be arched. Tuck it down. We're gonna curl, rotate the palms as we press overhead. Bring it back down to the curl, and then all the way down. So we have 45 seconds here, a little bit shorter. We'll begin in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Curling up to the shoulders, pressing, rotating the palms. Right back down, all the way down, good. Embracing that core nice and tight the whole time, drawing belly button towards the spine. Again, tucking that tailbone down. If you start to feel the back arching, you can also take a staggered stance too, just to help keep everything in line. Good work. We have 10 seconds left. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You can finish it out, ending at the bottom of the curl. Good. All right, we're gonna head to the mat for the last exercise in this first round, and we'll head back to the top, of course. So we have a Russian twist option. If you'd like to use a weight, you can. If you don't want to use a weight, that's totally fine. So feet are either on the ground or hovering as we twist as far as comfortable, side to side, trying to keep the chest lifted, not collapsing in, tall and proud. So you can hold 1 or 2 dumbbells with this exercise. We'll begin in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Just twisting as far as comfortable, getting kind of worked into this one. Don't need to force it, just keep it slow. Good, we have 15 seconds left. Going for 30 with this core exercise. Final 10. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good work. You can make your way to standing, however it's comfortable. And we'll go back to squats. I'll just angle this up a little bit. Go. Maybe you can see my presses this round. All right, so you can grab your dumbbells. Reminder, they're up at the shoulders and we're stepping out nice and wide, soft landing and kind of floating back up to the top. We'll begin in 3, 2, 1. Here we go, round 2. This is our final round of the first set. Maybe working to get a little bit lower this second round through as the body even more warmed up. Really pushing the hips behind us. Check in, make sure the knees are staying behind the toes. Awesome job. We're over halfway through. Keeping that chest lifted tall. Drawing the belly button towards the spine to brace that core tight. You're down to 10 seconds. Final 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You can even it out if you need to. Woo. And then keeping our weights. Next up is curl to press. Again, back is nice and flat. Tuck the tailbone, brace the core. Curl to the shoulders, rotate overhead. We'll begin in 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Keeping that curl controlled. Not letting gravity just take it down, kind of fighting that gravity on the way down. Awesome work. Keep breathing through here. Down to about 10 seconds. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You can finish it out, ending at the bottom of that curl. Good. All right, headed down to the mat, back to Russian twist. Same options as last time. Feet down, feet hovering. Weight, no weight. We'll begin in 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. This thing as far as comfortable for you, and keep it slow. If you want to make it a little spicier this round, you can kind of hold the weight out further, add a little more resistance. Palm stretch, 10 seconds. Down to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo. We'll set that weight down. Make your way to standing. We'll take a little break here. End of our first round. So if you want to grab a sip of water, feel free. We'll start standing the next round. All right, still have some time, but I'm going to just talk through our first exercise. We have some alternating reverse lunges. So we have a few options with the lunges. With the weights, you can either hold them down by the sides as we alternate stepping back into that lunge, back to the top, or you can also hold them up at the shoulders. So totally up to you, whatever is more comfortable. And with the lunge, you can go as low as comfortable for you. So if it's more comfortable just to take kind of a partial lunge, step back, return to standing, that's totally fine. You can get lower, great. But if it hurts, feels uncomfortable, just tweak it, no problem. So we do have 1 minute total for our lunges. You can pick up your weights. We'll get ready in 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go, reverse lunge. Working to keep the chest upright. As we stand, we're lifting through that front heel. With minimal pressure on that back foot. Should feel the glutes working, the hamstrings working to lift up. Awesome work. We're over halfway through. And strong and steady. Don't need to fly through these by any means. Down to about 10 seconds here. We'll finish up strong. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You can finish it out. Good. All right, moving on to alternating wide and regular rows. So we're going to be hinged forward with our row. So we are squeezing glutes, bracing the core tight to help stabilize the body. With our wide row, palms are going to face down, and we're just going to pull nice and wide, squeezing shoulder blades. So we'll do one of those. We'll turn the palms to face each other, go for a regular row right by the side. So again, palms face you, wide row, rotate to face each other, regular row. We'll go for 45 seconds. If you ever need a break, feel free to stand up, shake it out, join us when you're ready. We'll begin in 4, 3, 2, 1. Starting with a wide row. Rotate palms, regular, good. And think leading with the elbows for the row, like squeeze those shoulder blades tight. Squeezing lots of things here, core, glutes, shoulder blades, good stuff. Awesome work. We have about 15 more seconds. Rolling strong. You squeeze the shoulder blades a little bit tighter if you can. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good work. You can stand it up. Maybe roll the shoulders out. And we just need 1 dumbbell for this next exercise, and we are heading to the mat for a plank and pull through. So if you need a little extra padding and you're going to do it on the knees, feel free to flip your mat over. Otherwise, option 1, as I said, kneeling half plank. From here, we're just going to pull that dumbbell through, set it down, pull the dumbbell through, set it down, working to keep the body as stable as possible and not really shifting too much here. Second option, same thing, but up on the toes, keeping a nice flat back, pulling the dumbbell across, just alternating arms. So we're pulling through, we're not just setting it down. So not the same side, opposite side. That makes sense. Or maybe made it more confusing. Either way, pick what option's best for you. Feel free to mix and match. We have 30 seconds in 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Just pulling across. And hands should stay below the shoulders, about shoulder width apart. Awesome work. About 10 seconds left. And down to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo, can stretch it back. Take a few deep breaths in child's pose. And then we'll slowly kind of walk it up. Make our way to standing. We're back to lunges. And to make things a little more exciting, we're gonna go for 2 lunges one side, 2 lunges the other side. So instead of completely alternating, we're just gonna go for the 2. So you can really focus on lifting through that heel, and then we'll switch 2, and so on and so forth. So you can hold weights by the sides, up at the shoulders. We have 1 minute, again, 2 per side in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Keep you paying attention too. I know it can feel a little long with 1 minute. We're staying focused on that muscle engagement, particularly glutes and hamstrings. Keeping the chest lifted tall, shoulders are back. Awesome work. We're already over halfway through. Feels like it went quicker. Maybe it's just me. That's okay. Keep it up. We have 15 seconds left. Final 10. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you need to even it out, you can even it out. Remember, good. All right, keeping our weights, we are back to our wide, regular, alternating rows. So you can slowly start to hinge forward and squeeze the glutes, brace the core. We'll begin in 3, 2, 1. Pulling wide first, flip the palms, regular row. Leading with the elbows, squeezing the shoulder blades tight. Awesome work. Already over halfway through. Keep it going, strong and steady, 15 seconds. Squeezing those shoulder blades a little bit tighter. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo. We'll stand it up, roll the shoulders out, Set one dumbbell down as we make our way back to the mat for our plank and pull through. An option, kneeling, toes, mix and match. So many options, but either way, we're up on the hands, pulling with the opposite side. So, and get set up, hands shoulder width apart. We'll begin in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Really focusing on drawing the belly button in towards the spine. Being it slow and controlled and minimize the shift. Down to 10 seconds. Final 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we'll lower down, child's pose, stretch it out. Take 2 deep breaths. That is the end of round 2. See where we're at for time here. Perfect. All right. Feel free to grab a sip of water. We are going to stay down on the floor on your mat for our final round. So I'll talk through the first exercise, but yeah, you still have some time to get water, do what you need. But first exercise, we have a pec fly. So you can grab both your dumbbells. We're gonna add a bridge hold. So feet are about hip width apart, and we're going to lift into that bridge and just hold here the whole time. Palms are gonna face each other, and for the pec fly, we're just gonna lower the weights down as close to the floor as we can, and then pull back to the center, focusing on pulling in with the pecs or the chest. So at the very end, the last 15 seconds or so, we're gonna add a pulse. So we're just gonna pulse the weights right above the floor just for a little extra pec burn at the end. So we do have 1 minute total. If you ever need a break with the bridge, you can just lower down and continue to do your pec flies from this position as well. But we will get ready in 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So lifting to the bridge, palms face. You can just keep a slight bend in the elbow as we lower those weights down. Inhaling on the way down, exhale as we pull to the center. Focus on pressing through those heels, keeping the hips lifted as high as you can. Just a fun bonus with this one. Awesome work. We have about 15 more seconds just like this. Then we will finish with that pulse as promised. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So keeping the weights right above the ground, slight bend in the elbow, just a little bit of movement. Focusing on pulling up towards the center. Bring the hips up a ½ inch higher. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'll pull it back to the center and you can lower down. So this is the starting position for our next exercise. I'll give the option if you would like to hold another bridge with this one, you certainly can, or you can stay on the ground, or again, mix and match. So we have a narrow press. Weights are going to be together, palms facing. We're going to lower the weights down towards the chest and exhale as we press. So inhale on the way down, exhale, press, and same as last time. I'm going to finish the last 15 seconds with a pulse, just pressing a couple inches out from the chest. So you will feel this one chest and triceps. We'll begin in 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So either keeping hips down or hips lifted for a little extra glute burn. Exhaling as we press. Keeping the elbows nice and close to your sides as you lower down. It's a little bit shorter. We have 45 seconds with this exercise. So coming up to our pulse shortly here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pulsing out from the chest. Just a little bit of movement, really focusing on pressing with those triceps. If you're in a glute bridge, you'll lift up a 1/2 inch higher. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. All right, and this again is the starting position for our next exercise. Just keeping it right here this last round. So you can either hold 1 or 2 dumbbells, so we'll give that option. And feet are actually going to be lifted, don't need to be straight by any means. As you can see, mine are pretty bent, tight hamstrings. So we're going to do some leg lifts, either single leg, dropping one leg down as far as comfortable. You can also take a bend in the leg too to modify, or you can keep the back grounded to your mat, double leg lift all the way down and back up to the top. So you have 30 seconds total. We'll begin in 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. It's either single or double. And the weights are just hanging out right here. They're not moving. It's helping us to stay anchored down to our mat. Really focusing on grounding that back down. 10 seconds. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you can finish it up. Good. All right, we're gonna set the dumbbells down for just a second. Come to a seat and just kind of shake the hands out, loosen things up. Maybe do some fun stuff with the fingers, whatever feels good. It's about 10 more seconds, and we'll start to make our way back down. All right. You can grab both dumbbells, making our way to right where we were just at. We're back to pec fly first, feet bent, hip width apart. We will be holding that glute bridge with this first one, ending with that 15-second pulse. We'll begin in 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So palms face, lowering those weights down to the ground as close as you can get them without touching. Slight bend in the elbows, pressing up strong through the heels. Inhale on the way down. Exhale as we pull strong to the center. Go, keeping it smooth and steady. We have 15 more seconds here. And we'll go to our pulse to finish out. Bring the hips up a 1/2 inch higher. Get ready for a pulse in 3, 2, 1. Bring the weights down, just a little bit of movement. Really focusing on pulling up, using the chest. Bring the hips a 1/2 inch higher, press through those heels. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll pull the weights back to the center. You can lower down for a moment and take a breath. And starting position for exercise number 2, we have 45 seconds with our narrow press, bringing it down towards the chest. Exhale as we press, either on the mat or lifted. We'll begin in 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. The weights are staying together the whole time. Inhale on the way down, exhale to press. 10 more seconds, we'll finish with our pulse. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'll pulse at the bottom, just moving a little bit, pressing out from the chest. Feel those triceps get nice and warm. 10 seconds. Lift the hips up. You're in that bridge, nice and high. Here's 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. All right. Option of 1 or 2 dumbbells. You shake my hands out, my thumbs are cramping. All right. And either single leg lifts, double leg lifts, mix and match. This will be our final exercise for the day. Then we'll get a quick stretch afterwards. So we'll get excited, get ready in 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. The weights are just our anchor, keeping the torso, the core, all grounded down to the mat. Inhale as you lower down, exhale as you lift. Home stretch. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You can finish it out. Woo. We'll go ahead and set the weights down carefully. Let's go right into a full body stretch. So staying on our mat, take up lots of space, stretch the arms out, stretch the legs out. Just let the body be heavy. The wider you go, better it'll feel for the chest too, just to really stretch out the pecs. Worked them pretty hard this last round. Let's take one more deep breath. Good. All right, we'll take a bend in the knees. We're gonna cross left foot over right knee. You can either stay on the mat and just apply light pressure to that left leg to feel a nice stretch along the side, or you can gently start to pull in on that right leg. And with the leg lifted, you can rock side to side gently. You can roll out the ankle either way. Take 2 more deep breaths. Good, and we'll slowly start to set the foot back down on the mat. Keep the leg crossed over. You're gonna gently let it fall off to the side, bringing that left foot as close to the ground as comfortable, just for a nice easy twist. Take a couple deep breaths. All right, when you're ready, we'll slowly start to pull the legs up back to the center, uncross that left foot, and we'll switch sides, bring the right foot over the left knee. Option to keep the legs down, apply light pressure as we hold, or you can gently pull in on the left hamstring. Option to move however it's comfortable. Nice deep breaths. Let's get one more deep breath. Good, and if you're lifted, you can slowly release the leg. Keep the right leg crossed over, same as last time. We'll just let it gently fall off to the side, getting that foot as close to the ground as comfortable. Just keep our gaze right up at the ceiling, breathing easy, letting the shoulders relax. Good, all right, when you're ready, you can gently pull the legs up back to the center. From here, we're just gonna flip onto one side, kind of prop yourself up on the elbow. We're gonna go for a laying down quad stretch. So we'll take that top leg, give a gentle pull on the foot, and just hang out right here. This is another nice option for that quad stretch versus the standing stretch. Just if you're feeling like staying on the ground. I'm gonna say lazy, but this is not lazy. We're stretching, it's good. Take one more deep breath. Beautiful, and we'll release that foot. You can go ahead and just roll over, switch sides. And again, take a gentle pull up that top leg, just hang out here. Nice deep breath, should feel a great stretch along the front of that left leg, or whatever leg you're holding right now. It's on the top. Let's get one more deep breath. And we'll slowly release that leg. We'll flip onto our bellies, on our fronts. We'll press ourselves away from the mat. Walk the knees out as wide as comfortable. Bring the big toes to touch. And we'll sink into child's pose, bringing the hips down towards the heels. Really walking the arms forward. You'll feel a really nice stretch in the shoulders. If you want to go a little bit wider, you can get the chest a little more involved with this stretch. Nice deep breaths. Let's go for 3 deep breaths, 3 to 4 seconds per breath. Good. When you're done with those 3 deep breaths, we'll slowly start to walk the hands up towards us. Take some shoulder rolls at the top, maybe just shake it out. And that's all I have for you today. Thanks so much for joining for Total Body Strength with dumbbells or whatever you have.